Hi, I'm Andy Travers, the London Director at Quadrant Building Control. I'm going to run through some important changes to Approved Document B that were published by the MHCLG in May this year. I'll also go through the transitional arrangements. Just before that, here's just a quick reminder of last year's amendments to Part B, which related to combustible materials. These amendments apply to buildings containing flats or rooms for residential purposes with a storey above 18 metres in height. It effectively prohibits the use of combustible materials in the external walls of any of these buildings. Materials must achieve European Class A2 or A1. It also applies to specified attachments such as balconies. The amendment also states that where a building over 18 metres undergoes a change of use, the construction of the external walls must be investigated, and where necessary, work must be carried out to ensure they do not contain combustible materials. So, on to the new amendments. They cover new builds, change of use, material alteration, and extensions. But it's important to note these relate only to blocks of flats. Also, the requirements for combustible materials related to buildings with a storey height over 18 metres. The new amendments cover buildings with a storey height over 11 metres. This height threshold is measured from the lowest external ground level adjacent to the building to the highest occupied floor level within the building, as in diagram D6 in the approved document. So the first new change is a requirement for residential sprinklers that comply with BS 9251 for all apartments within a block of flats with a floor level greater than 11 metres. This is down from the previous sprinkler threshold, which was 30 metres. Sprinklers will only be required within the flats themselves. As long as any circulation areas are fire sterile, these will not require sprinklers. The second change relates to wayfinding and signage. This was prompted by the inquiry into the Grenfell tragedy, where it was found that firefighters could not always establish which floor level they were on. Therefore, signage for fire service is required within the stairwells and lobbies to identify the floor level and the flat numbers. Again, this is for buildings with a finished floor level above 11 metres where the building contains flats. The key points are: floor level signs should be located on every landing of a protected stairway or every protected corridor or lobby or open access balcony into which a firefighting lift opens. The signs should be visible from the top step of a firefighting stair and where possible from inside a firefighting lift when the lift car doors open. The signs should be mounted between 1.7 and 2 metres above floor level, and as far as practical, all the signs should be mounted at the same height. The text should be on a contrasting background, clearly legible and readable in low-level lighting conditions, or when illuminated with a torch. For further guidance on signage, we'd recommend BS 8300 Clause 12. Finally, there are transitional arrangements to consider. These specify when these amendments come into effect. Where an initial notice has been served before the 26th of November 2020 and the works have started before the 29th of January 2021, the previous 2019 approved document still applies. Where an initial notice has been served after the 26th of November 2020, or the work has not started before the 29th of January 2021, the new 2020 amendments will apply. Starting work on site needs to be a meaningful construction. If you have any questions on this or any other points raised, please feel free to get in contact with us for a chat or have a look at the web link below in the description. I do hope you found this helpful, and thank you very much for watching.